YouTube copyright. Copyright takedown request received for your YouTube video. Now, normally my heart just sinks when I read one of those because it's like, oh God, not another one. But this one's got a particularly juicy and happy ending. Now, this particular notice was received over a video I did debunking this guy who claimed that he'd been working about 10 years.
For almost a decade, I have been designing space construction machines, spaceports, and drones to help form a space construction industry. What I'm about to show you is going to create a revolution in almost every type of humankind's presence in space.
Thing was that if you actually looked into his amazing space construction company, didn't quite check out. Over to the Common Sense Skeptic for this one.
You would probably expect that it would be a large industrial complex, somewhere big enough that they could be developing all the tech they say they require to construct gigantic rotating space stations in orbit. What you wouldn't expect it to be is what it actually is. A P.O. box and a strip mall UPS store in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Nope, not even kidding.
Now I have designed 4 new space construction machine product lines. Number 1, a Torus builder. Number 2, a large-scale station interior builder. Number 3, an off-world spacecraft builder. And number 4, a large module builder.
Stop! He's already dead!
Yes, from a space industry run from a UPS store. And by the way, that is still the actual listed address for the Gateway Foundation. And this great space agency has consisted of nothing other than this guy giving monologues from the exact same background since at least 2016.
Hello everyone, my name is John Blinko. I'm president of the Gateway Foundation.
You might have thought that a great space agency could have at least afforded an alternative background. Or at least, come on, at least clean you once every 6 or so years. Huh. What was that name again?
Hello everyone, my name is John Blinko. I'm president of the Gateway Foundation.
That name sounds familiar. I've heard that recently. Oh, that's right. It was on this copyright claim. The president of the foundation himself has decided that it's his personal responsibility to abuse the copyright law to file takedowns against me because I was critical of him. Oh, sorry, no. Critical of the Gateway Foundation. Let's see what we got. Copyright owner. Company name, if applicable. He doesn't go for the corporate name here. He goes for John Blinkow. Full legal name, John Blinkow. Your title or job position, owner. Username, Gateway Spaceport LLC. And yes, he does run his spaceport with a Yahoo email account. Oof, that's harsh. URL of alleged infringing video to be removed. Blah, blah, blah. Describe the work allegedly infringed. My YouTube video was re-uploaded by another user. Well, no, it wasn't. It was criticized by another YouTuber. I don't think you're going to convince people that you know what you're doing with copyright with a start like that. YouTube URL, blah, blah, blah. Where does it appear? The content appears to be targeted video from 1524 to 1555. It appears in the source video as 0. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Except those private videos can still be found because they've been embedded on previous websites. So a little sleuthing later, I deliver you the glorious stupidity of the old deleted Gateway bullshit side by side with the proudly displayed new stupidity of the new Gateway bullshit. Yeah, that seems the sort of criticism that might be covered under fair use. Anyway, so YouTube replied to him. We are concerned that your copyright notification may not be valid for some or all of the videos identified in your notification. Please keep in mind that many countries it is legal to use copyrighted works in specific ways without the owner's authorization, particularly for transformative purposes such as news reporting, parody, commentary, or review. Some countries protect uses under doctrines of fair use or fair dealings, while others allow specific exceptions to copyright protection. Learn more about fair use in the United States. Take the hint, Blinkow. If you still believe your copyright is infringed by the YouTube videos identified in your notification, please explain in detail why you think so. So they're giving him a chance. We ask you to provide more detail that was included in your initial notice. Here are questions you may wish to consider. How much of your copyrighted work was used? How is the market for your original work affected by this use? Does the use significantly transform your original work, or does it serve the same purpose? Does the use fall into a exception to copyright protection? Please note that we may share your response with the uploaders, which is fair enough if you think about it. After all, he is planning to file legal actions against me here. Yeah, I think it's pretty civilized for YouTube to pass those things on. And also, quite entertaining. Let's see what they've got. To whom it may concern, attached are 3 United States copyright documents that show legal ownership of the images and video repeatedly used on our video. We used the time slot offered on your online form only once because it allowed for only one, when in reality there are many instances of copyright violation on the offending video, busted Vera Station. Our video, which was used as a source of this material, is listed below. There are more than 10 instances of copyright violation. Yeah, we'll see about that. We respectfully request that the entire video, Busted Vera Station, be removed in accordance with established US copyright law. Not quite how it works. And the YouTube doctrine. Really, dude? YouTube doctrine? Anyway, yeah, YouTube doctrine you have established. Here we quote information listed on your website. The first rule of copyright: creators should only upload videos that they have made or they're authorized to use. That means they should not upload videos they didn't make or use content in their videos that somebody else owns the copyright to, such as music tracks, snippets of copyrighted programs, or videos made by other users without necessary authorizations. Yeah, let's take a look at that on the YouTube website, shall we? After all, if you check down at the bottom, you'll see this comes from Gateway Spaceport LLC Legal Department. At which point, many of you will be rolling on the floor, laughing your asses off. Yes, that's right. Apparently, the giant spaceport company that operates out of a P.O. box has a legal department. Yeah, it's just for some bizarre reason the entire legal department uses Blinkow's name and his Yahoo email address. But anyway, let's see how Gateway Spaceport Legal Department handles reading. And there it is. Blinkow is right. It is there on YouTube in the overview section. Sorry, what's that? Just below the overview section? The fair use principle. I wonder what that could be. What is the fair use principle? Fair use is the principle applied to US law that allows, under certain circumstances, the reuse of copyrighted material without obtaining the consent of the copyright holder. The principle of fair use is assessed on a case-by-case basis, and different countries have different rules about when material can be used without the consent of the copyright owner. For example, commentary, criticism, research, teaching, or reporting is usually fair use in the US, but it depends on the specific situation, which is why YouTube wrote to him and said, we're not entirely sure you've actually grasped that you're legally required to consider that the work might fall under fair use before actually filing a copyright claim. Otherwise, you can be liable for damages. Gateway Spaceporter Legal Department then gangland executes any last shreds of credibility they might have been given as a courtesy measure by saying this: the Party Thunderfoot has never requested use of our material, nor will we allow its use. Yes, that's exactly one of the reasons why fair use provisions exist in the first place, you muppet. Because muppets like you would abuse the copyright law to shut down critics. That's exactly the reason why in many cases you don't have to seek permission from the original copyright owner. But you see what's going on here. YouTube was basically playing it straight that, hey, look, we've got to give you a chance to explain why you think this isn't covered under fair use. I mean, not only is it a massive inconvenience for people like me, it's also legal liability for you. You would be responsible for the damages if you manage to abuse the copyright system like this. And then comes back this reply which shows this guy has no clue about anything. Sorry, the Gateway Spaceport Legal Department doesn't have a clue. And he ties it up with, we request YouTube to follow the guidelines listed above to strike the offending video so both parties can be spared from a possible, protracted and costly legal discourse. Oh yeah, I'm sure they're terrified of legal departments that function from P.O. boxes and Yahoo emails. Not that you should be terribly surprised, of course. This is, after all, a space company where the CEO had worked for 10 years designing space stations without working out how artificial gravity actually works. Nothing can quite prepare you for what's going to happen in the center of this ring where they're going to dock the spacecraft. Now, in the center of the ring, of course, you have no artificial gravity at all. And as you come out, well, it's sort of centrifugal in nature. So as you get off the space shuttle, gravity will work in this direction. Apart from not in artificial reality world where this guy's space station exists. People walk off the space shuttle like this, where in reality, they would just kind of fall out of it. I mean, here, let me fix that for you. Now disembarking from flight 742 at gate A. To which YouTube replies, thank you for your message. However, we remain concerned that your copyright notification is not valid for some or all of the videos identified in your notification. As a result, the content will remain live on YouTube. Sincerely, YouTube team. At which point YouTube just passes it all on to me saying, we received a copyright infringement notification below regarding your videos. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealings, or a similar exemption to copyright protection. We're writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your videos at this time. You have the control over your channel, blah, 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 ability to delete your videos. Be advised, it's possible that a copyright owner may approach you directly to request removal or take other action. Email is not intended as legal advice, blah, blah, blah. Please note that the complaint's physical P.O. box address and phone number have been redacted from the copyright infringement notification below. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you because it's kind of nice to see YouTube getting involved like this. However, might not help so much on my next busted video because I got so many requests to debunk this, the dumbest idea ever, and it was promoted so heavily. I mean, I was coming up with numbers like, $10 trillion or so, and of course, it's built on top of a Hyperloop. At which point I'm like, holy crap, this makes Elon Musk's schemes seem like plausible, well-planned penny projects. And then you do a little more scratching and you find out that one of the journalists who covered this was the guy who was lured to the Saudi embassy, killed and dismembered.
NEOM project, this futuristic city that he is planning to invest $500 billion in it. What if it goes wrong? It could bankrupt the country.
And enhance nature. The line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers.
But no one's allowed to criticize it.
But no one allowed to write an objective a piece in any newspaper saying,
you've written pieces. You've written.
All of a sudden, YouTube copyright notifications seem, kind of tame. But anyway, whatever. Let's do this. Next video, NEOM the line busted. And you might want to drop a thumbs up on the video. Might be one of your last chances to do it. Hopefully I'll get that video up in the next few days.